Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back to watch another episode of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. This is episode 5. I am really enjoying this show. I think it's super good. They put a lot of money into this show, and you can tell. The visuals alone, last episode, were so good. I also really enjoyed the last episode of them just essentially trying to survive out on this mountain. While this Titan is kind of like stalking them a little bit. I liked the cutbacks to Kentaro and Mei's relationship, and then I liked how they got rescued by the Monarch people they were trying to run away from. And I'm curious to see where things go from now. I mean, where did their father go after this spot? I mean, they know at this point that he lived and was up there at some point, so I'm curious where are they gonna find him? Are they gonna reach the end of this road and he actually is dead, but they've like metaphorically grown closer to him, or are they actually gonna find him and have a chance to reconnect and hash things out? I'm curious to see where it's gonna lead. But before we jump into this episode, if you end up enjoying my reaction, leave a like on the video. If you're new here, hit subscribe. And then if you want to see the full-length reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or join YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, let's watch another episode of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Monarch Command Post Alaska.
You think you can intimidate me with all this secret Black Ops bullshit?
Yeah, probably. You're a civilian. This will absolutely work on you. Hey! Kentaro, you need to chill, bud. Might as well settle in for a nap. That's what I would do. I'd be like, I'm going to bed. Oh, damn, she gets a bed. Everyone else just has to chill.
Shouldn't you be off chasing big, scary monsters or something? You know, there's one not too far from here.
Traditionally, when someone discovers a new species,
they get named.
They get to name it for themselves. But we have a dilemma here.
Nobody can know that you found it.
Titaness May Hewitt? Or is it Lyra Mateo of Tacoma, Washington?
She knows what hits home when you stop wisecracking back to her.
Monarch is their legacy.
Legacy hasn't served people well around here, has it? You end up dead.
Is that Shaw?
Or close to
Just
it.
chilling?
They're looking for something. It has to do with their father, so fine, it has to do with Monarch, and I guess they're not going to give up.
What's the point in locking them up? Why are you opening that door so slow? Did you just press the button and it just opened that slow automatically?
Why don't you guys go ahead and come on out? Please do watch your step, though. It's slippery. I'm very sorry about all of this.
Frick?
Asshole.
He didn't do anything, just chase you.
You think that you're on some righteous crusade to uncover the truth, huh?
Kinda, yeah. That's what they think.
Wake up! You stuck your noses in shit you don't understand. You are goddamn lucky to be alive. So take your shiny new passports and go home. I've already used what little influence I have to cover your asses this time. Don't expect it to happen again.
It's a solid act. What a performance.
How was that?
You're learning.
You could tell he wasn't like quite familiar with how to do that. But it worked.
How did you enjoy your time in Alaska?
They
I
didn't.
didn't. And that'll be reflected in my TripAdvisor review. 2 stars, tops.
Wait.
Why?
Is there a bar anywhere, somewhere?
It's not open yet.
1 star.
Like she cares. She's a regular ass employee. She didn't give a shit what you rate Alaska.
Monarch may know how to find the Titans, but they don't know how to find Dad.
Do we? I already searched his office.
Not the one in San Francisco. Backup family, backup office. Worth a shot, right?
Fair enough. Let's go to San Fran. God, he looks... Even just the body is so similar to when he was younger. The love of his life. She looked right at him. And then the camera had to keep going. Oh, wow. That's good. That's good. Overlay the face right on top of him. What kind of sick torture is this?
We stand on the shoulders of giants.
It's kind of funny. I mean, feels a little more like you're sitting on them, you know, weighing them down, doing what Monarch does best.
Savage.
Nothing. Those kids have already survived more situations than half the people you got working in your field out there.
And you nearly got them killed. Maybe he didn't want this life for them.
I have thought about that, actually, quite a lot. I'll ask him when I see him.
I'm assuming you don't mean in the afterlife.
No, dude, that guy's hella
You're
alive.
not going anywhere.
And you're not getting anywhere, are you, Deputy Director?
Verdugo. He knows he pissed her off. Let's go.
You say he helped found Monarch, but that was in the 50s.
That dude's
40s,
like 1,000
actually.
years old.
Well, he came a few years later.
So he should be, what, 90 at least? How does he look like that?
San Fran. Devastated.
Is it true they're selling tours of the destroyed city?
They did. Before the military walled it off.
Trauma tourists. Getting off on the disaster porn or trying to prove it was all the government conspiracy.
Hey, yo, I would go.
Sick freaks.
I wouldn't pay for it, but I'd go.
My mother tried signing up for one. To find my father.
Oof. Bet you regret saying that.
Tell your mom I'll see her tonight. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Are you dating her mom? Who are you?
Wow, Kate, you're back.
Awkward. What's up, Ma?
I'm Caroline.
Hi, pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. Wow, so you've both come from Tokyo?
Yeah.
Which part? Because my husband used to travel
Mom,
there
this
a
is
lot, and-
Kintaro Randa. You asked what I found in Tokyo.
Yep.
You know, people are so funny. They never ask for money or valuables. They always seem to be asking for these things. Their
Okay.
personal memories.
So people pay you to go get them?
Oh, wait, let me help you.
I got... Stop! I got it.
Looks just like him, doesn't he? Spitting image.
What do you expect me to do? Throw him out? Have a hysterical breakdown?
Go for it. I wouldn't blame you. It's okay.
Your father was never really all here. If he was having an affair or had a girlfriend...
So you sent me there. You pushed and you pushed because you wanted the truth, but you were too chicken shit to go yourself.
Oof. Come on.
What was I supposed to do? You spent all day, every day, wasting away in that room of yours. You wouldn't even try any support groups.
Because pottery classes are gonna bring my kids back from the dead.
Oh, like students. I was like, what? You should kids? But no, like students. could probably definitely get in with Monarch's help. I like the subtle Golden Gate Bridge in the background. Just, you know it's definitely not actually there. Like, they didn't film this in San Francisco. But just having that there kind of ties the scene together really well.
How can anyone believe this is fake?
It's easier than waking up every day and thinking, at any moment the same could happen to you.
Yeah, dude, she was on that thing too.
The guards make sure that
only those kids knew how to get off a bus, right?
With us.
They catch you.
F them
Assume you're
kids.
looters.
They're not good at escaping.
You went decades between escape attempts. Why start raising hell again now?
The world is on fire. I decided to do something about it. The smartest people on the planet have had 60 years to prepare for G-Day.
And it didn't
Let them
help.
fight.
That's the best they could come up with.
Let them fight. Ken Watanabe. That was an iconic line. Those snacks are a year old. You don't want to eat those. Those are expired, Chief. Godzilla!
Was this your neighborhood?
Yeah.
You could afford to live in the city as a school teacher?
Bye. Hey.
G-Day -2. Oh, you're gay. What a twist. I guess I shouldn't assume she's straight, but damn. Let's go. LGBT out of left field, son. Who knew? Oh, I'm guessing your girlfriend's dead as hell.
My dad said it's a hoax to burst the real estate balloon.
What are you in? The Walking Dead. Why do I recognize that girl? She's been in stuff.
We'll let you know if we decide to close the school.
Yeah, Kate, this is real shit.
Miss Randa, are they coming here next?
Yes. Oh! I just realized all those kids are dead. I was about to make fun of that child for asking a dumb question, and I was like, oh shit. That kid's in the bottom of the ocean. in the bottom of San Francisco Bay. Oh, jeez. Godzilla stepped on that girl. This is not a great time to have PTSD flashbacks.
You can go ahead, I'll be right there.
The mayor said to shelter in the BART stations.
Yeah, and we will if the parents don't show up.
I don't know where those fools think they're going.
recognize
They're only
that
running
girl.
buses across the bridges.
What is she in? It's just a cat, dude. Chill. Cat with some snacks.
Lower the volume.
He's being a good brother right now. Trying to bring her out of her PTSD.
Purinki.
Dad, let's use our inside voices.
But we're outside. I don't know if this is a smart place to be. Oh.
Get on the ground!
Damn. They got lucky.
Go ahead without me.
No.
Kate, we need you. We're going together or not at all.
Yeah, come on. You can do this.
Just physically force her.
お前なら大丈夫だ。
What do you have to do that's more important than us?
I'll just go ahead and find a way out.
She is struggling.
In.
You gotta come to peace with your father leaving. And those dead kids.
Can you feel my hands?
These kids should have been quicker off the bus, I'm telling you.
Hey.
God damn.
Not that late yet.
Cheating runs in the family.
Are you moving?
This is like dark. Philandering is in her genes.
Kate, I didn't learn my lesson. We were good. You don't want good.
Unless they're not together anymore.
You didn't let me down when I was freezing to death in Alaska.
Kiss. Kiss. Now this reminds me of The Last of Us. So you have all the same setup, same posters and everything? Same shavings?
At least we know where to look.
What are the odds?
What? No, there has to be something.
There's a pin still stuck in the wall.
What are you doing?
Can you hold that up over there? First art installation was about projected images. How putting one image on another can reveal something completely new.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. Flip it around.
Africa.
Africa. What happened in Africa?
This must be the path he took.
Yes, this is it. This is what we wanted. High fives all around. We gotta go.
Time to get the hell out of this city.
So you and James...
Yeah, they're fucking for sure.
Are you guys...
Absolutely. She likes a younger man.
Liked having a part-time husband. But that meant that you had a part-time father. And you deserve more than that.
True. Plus, she's been with James on the down low for quite a while. So she's kind of fine with all this.
Dad didn't die in Alaska.
What?
Oh yeah,
He worked for some
you should probably know.
organization like the CIA, but for Godzilla.
He worked for Godzilla. Godzilla was his boss. CEO of monsters, Godzilla.
I'm gonna call my mom.
I'll call your
Non-specific.
mom. Medicate, meditate. Save your soul for Jesus. Throw a punch, fall in love. Give yourself a reason. Girl, what you doing? We're going to Africa.
Tell me what I need to do.
Smart girl. I'll be in touch.
Rapscallions. Okay, another solid episode, more character growth for everyone involved. I really liked this one. Another episode where we don't get in the past crew, you know? I mean, we kind of did very briefly in like a video, but not really. That doesn't really count. But so they start with all these kids in like locked up, all right? Like they're just in like cells, and this part I don't really get. Like I don't understand why they would be locking them up. Like this is not some like conspiracy that they are like they're not. I mean, it's tough. Like I don't understand why they wouldn't want to like help them or like figure things out, right? Like they're like what's his face said, they're treating them like criminals, and I don't understand why. Like what did their dad do something? Like did he like kill people and steal a whole bunch of stuff he wasn't supposed to have? And is gonna like threaten to like spread all this info to the general public. I mean, the general public knows about all these monsters anyway, so it's like what could they share that Monarch would not be happy with, right? I mean, I don't understand why the company of Monarch is like, we need to lock them up and interrogate them, right? Like why don't you just talk to them? Just sit them down like in a group setting and be like, hey guys, why the fuck are you in Alaska? Like how did you get out here, first of all? And like what are you looking for? Like have Tim explain things and be like, hey, some shit popped off, like you want to work with us? We'll pay you money. like this is the fate of people's lives are at stake. like verified legitimate monsters are climbing up out of the earth and can kill people at any moment, and you're treating people that are like trying to find out more like they're criminals. I mean, I get like to a certain extent you don't want just like everybody to be like taking up monster hunting as a hobby, right? Because eventually someone with enough money is gonna do something they're not supposed to do and anger one of these monsters and lead to a whole bunch of people dying. But when you have the literal like children of people that work for you like here, why are you like interrogating? Like what is going on? And then I mean I get him at that when he dropped him off at the airport being like, yo, you could have died. Like you need to figure your shit out. like I get him putting on that performance, but at the same time it's like I don't understand why Monarch thinks that they have to be like prisoners to a certain extent, and then being like, let's give them a long leash, see where they lead us. Like what for what point? Like why don't you just actively help them? Like they have to sneak into this abandoned city. You have the authorization to go in yourself. Like just get them in. What are you talking about? Like you could have helicoptered them into this city. Like what do you? I don't like I think that's the only part that is frustrating about this show is the behavior of Monarch. Like I understand the behavior of like Shaw and of the kids and stuff being like, this shadowy secret organization is chasing us down and like hunting us down and trying to kidnap us. Why would we like want to tell them anything? But of course they're going to be secretive and not want to tell you stuff when you put them in prison. Like, come on. If you want to figure out what these kids know, buy them a pizza. Like, give them some hot coffee. Be like, hey, I like totally get that there was a misunderstanding before. Now that we've rescued you, can we figure this stuff out together? Because we don't want 1,000 trillion people to die. Like, come on, guys. And even then, towards the end of the episode with the like mercenary looking lady, does she work for like a different organization or something? Like, is there a rival monster hunting team that is like trying to compete with them? And like, I don't know, like, we got May at the end being like, what do I need to do to like clear my name and go home? And presumably she's gonna like feed them info on where they're going, you know, the investigation. But like, why can't we just talk to each other? Like, why does this have to be some like shady underhanded thing that May's doing, like looping them in on the investigation? Like, why can't we just talk to Monarch about it? Like, it's just, that's the only part that's kind of pissing me off now. The more that I think about it is, unless like Monarch must want their dad for like nefarious reasons. They probably want to kill him or like something. I don't even know. They might have him. They might have him locked up already because they're the ones that fed the line about him dying in Alaska. And then he was at that station and he called someone and presumably someone came and picked him up and took him to Africa. So like, maybe they already have him. So it's like, what exactly is Monarch so desperate to cover up from these kids and Shaw? And if they're so desperate to like cover up all this info, why would you let them go? Like, where do you think they're gonna lead you? Like, that I think that's the only part that I don't really get is just the behavior between Monarch and our group, like our main group. Like, why are we at odds with each other? Why can't we just like work together and talk things out, and then like everything would be so much easier, right? Like, if we know that the dad's alive, can Monarch not help us with that? Unless they don't want him to be found. Like, I mean, even the Tim guy, when he's talking to all the people that work at Monarch. He's like, yo, all you people signed up to research and learn more about giant monsters. I would think some of you would be a little bit more curious about what's going on. And these people seem to not, like, I think that's one thing that they're kind of hitting home on, is Monarch's kind of incompetent and not like corrupt, but like the bureaucracy within the organization is just preventing anything from getting done. And there seems to be at least a decent amount of people up top or sprinkled throughout that like don't want any more info found out. And so he's like, yo, like, we work for an organization dedicated to studying these monsters in order to prevent future loss of life. Like, what the frick are we doing? Like, why are we hunting these children? And even Sean's like, you guys have done jack shit for 60 years, bruh. Like, I assume at some point, like, I don't know, maybe after Keiko died, you know, maybe Bill decided to leave Monarch, and then it was just Shaw, and then some suits came in and decided they were going to change how everything went. I don't know. It's like they feel like, even though some of, like, they're supposed to be good guys, they feel like corrupt bad guys. If that makes sense. Other than that, the whole San Francisco sequence was great. I liked them going home, and you get to see more of the aftermath of G-Day. Like, you see how all these people have been displaced from the city, and now, like, they, instead of living in the city, they're living on the outskirts in like these mobile homes. And you get some world building, like, even just with her mom. Like, her mom's job now is people pay her to go find personal belongings and bring them back. Like, that's interesting. Like, that's a cool twist. Like, that's just a cool little world building thing. And then I liked the interactions of getting home, being like, yo, this is kind of like your son-in-law. Not son-in-law, but like, this is kind of like your stepson in a way. I don't know. It's like, this is your husband's son. And just seeing the mom kind of deal with that possibility, and Kate and her kind of hashing that out, where she's like they kind of almost had the same reaction to Kentaro and his mom, where both kids in the situation are like, why are you not more angry about this? Like, you should. I'm pissed off. Why are you not pissed off? And I think both of these women have kind of come to the understanding at a certain point that they have a part-time husband, so to speak, using her own words. And while that is, something they have accepted for themselves, they haven't really fully thought about the part-time father part of it. So I think over the years, both of those women kind of accepted that, like, he's never going to be here all the time, and it is a distinct possibility that he has a second life somewhere. But then the realization that it is true is obviously tough. Like, she's barely holding together, like almost had a breakdown, and is like, yeah, just go like sit in the room, I guess. Like, I like that Kate kind of like gave it to her mom a little bit and is like, you are a coward. Like, I don't like that she called her a coward, but I like that she was like, you shouldn't have put this on me. Like, this was, like, if you knew this was a possibility and you sent me there anyway without telling me, without getting me ready for any of this, that sucks. You shouldn't have done that. Totally agree. I agree with that. Like, the mom, she had to reckon with the fact that, like, he wasn't just a part-time husband, he was also a part-time father, and that affected the kid. And just because she was okay with that doesn't mean her daughter's okay with that. And so they grew closer together. And then I liked the sequence of them, like, going through the city and bonding a little bit. Like, Kentaro and Kate bonded over memories of their father. Like, they're slowly but surely, like, forgiving their father. Not really, but, like, I think they're both moving past the point where they're, like, angry at the memory of him, and they're bonding together a little bit. And then May helps Kate through this, like, PTSD of being back in San Fran. That was nice. We get some flashbacks of Kate. We find out she is part of the Alphabet Mafia. And her girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, Danny, who wants her to move in with her, is so familiar looking. I don't know what she is in, but I see her face and I'm like, who are you? And I looked her, I was like trying to figure it out on IMDb during the episode, and I found the actress, but she's not in anything I recognize. So I was like very confused. I'm like, who is that? I don't get it. But theoretically, philandering runs in the Randa family. Like, oh, this might go all the way to the top with their, starting from the grandma with Keiko. Keiko is messing around with two guys at once. I'm calling it. She was with Bill Randa, and she was also doing a little side stuff with Shaw. I think he's the real grandfather. And then that got passed down to Hiroshi. That man, two families. He's been philandering like it's a profession. Like, that's his damn job. And then that passed down to Kate. She's in a relationship with her teacher friend, Danny, seemingly, or they might have broken up at some point, I don't know. But then she's also be doing this other girl on the side. Like, what? Like, is philandering just, like, hereditary? Like, none of you guys can keep it in your pants. Come on now. I think that was so funny. Weirdly, I think my favorite my favorite part of the episode, purely because of my own realization, was when she's in the school and this kid is like asking a question like, is the monster gonna come here? And I was straight up gonna be like, yeah, you idiot. Like of course the monster's coming here next. Like I was just gonna jokingly like make fun of this child, and then I took a second and I was like, oh, that kid's dead. Like that kid is like, if those are her students that got on that bus, that kid's at the bottom of the San Francisco Bay. Like Godzilla crushed that little girl. Like that, I felt kind of bad for making fun of her, for asking a question about if the monsters are coming. But then I remembered again, you had 85 years to get off that bus. That's your own damn fault. It's like, sucks to suck. Sorry. But no, we are heading now back to the actual priorities of the episode. We know where we're going next. Seemingly we're going to Africa. How we're gonna get to Africa? I don't know. How does Kate have money? Like has she been teaching? Like she hasn't been working for sure for the last month. You know, has she been teaching in the last year? Like what, are you using Kentaro's money? Are you using May's money? Can May hack things and just get you plane tickets? Or are we gonna call Monarch and be like, hey, fam, can you get us a plane ticket to Africa? Africa. Let's see. Yeah, like that's where we're headed next, and I'm curious. The thumbnail of the next episode has some in the past people, young Shaw, so I'm curious to see, if we finally get some more content with them. But that's all I got to say about this episode. Definitely let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. I would love to hear all your opinions. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. If you're new here, hit subscribe. And then if you want to see the full-length reaction, consider checking out my Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.